Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not to be a wife. And if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they had weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. And they that use this world are not abusing it, for the passion of the world passeth. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, and he may please the Lord. But he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. There is difference between the wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in the body and the spirit. But she that is married careth for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I please for your prophets, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. And if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, if he that she pass the flower of her age and need so require, let him do so that he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. Nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, he hath power over his own will, and hath so declared in his heart that he may will keep his virgin, doth well. So then he hath given her marriage, doth well. But he that giveth her not in marriage doth better. The wife is bound by law as long as her husband liveth, but if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, only in the Lord. But she is happier if she shall abide after my judgment. And I think also that I have the Spirit of God. Chapter 8. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifeth. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth things yet does he ought to know. But if any man love God, the same is known of him. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other but God, but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as there be gods many, the Lord's many, but to us there is but one God, the Father, in whom are all things, and we in him, one Lord Jesus Christ, by whom all things, and we by him. Howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge, for some of the conscience of the idol unto the hour to eat it, everything offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is the power. But meat commendeth us not to God, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. But take heed lest by any means the liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. For if any man see the thing which has the knowledge sit and eat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened, and to eat those things which are offered to idols? And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish, for whom Christ died. But when ye sin so against the brethren, and wound their weak conscience, ye sin against Christ. Wherefore, if meats make my brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth, lest I make my brother to offend. Chapter 9. Am I not an apostle? Am I not free? Have I seen Jesus Christ our Lord? Are not ye my the work of the Lord? If I be not an apostle unto others, ye doubtlessly I am to you, for the seal of mine apostleship are ye in the Lord. Mine answer to them that are do examine me is this: have we not power to eat and drink? Have we not power to lead about our sister, our wife, as well as other apostles of the brethren of the Lord and Silas? Or I only and Barnabas, have not we power to forbear working? Who goeth a word for among any time at his own charges, who planteth a vineyard and eateth not of the fruit thereof, and who feedeth a flock and eateth not of the milk of the flock? Say these things as a man, or saith not the law the same also? For it is written in the law of Moses, Thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of the oxen, and tread upon the corn. Doth God take care for the oxen? Or saith he is altogether for our sakes, no doubt this is written, that he that ploweth should plow and hope, and that he that thresheth in hope should be partaker of his hope. And if he has sown unto you the spiritual things, is a great thing, and we shall reap your carnal things. If others be partakers of this power over you, are we not rather? Nevertheless, we have not used this power, but several things, lest he should hinder the gospel of Christ. Do ye not know that which ye minister about holy things live of the things of the temple, and they which wait at the altar are partakers of the altar? Even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. But I have used none of these things, neither have I written these things, that it should be so known unto me. For it were better for me to die, than that any man should make my glorying void. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing but to glorify of it. For necessity is laid upon me, yea, woe unto me, if I preach not the gospel, for I do this thing willingly, I have a reward, but if against my will, the dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward? Verily that when I preach the gospel, I make the gospel of Christ. For I charge that I abuse not my power in the gospel, for though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more. And unto the Jews I become as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without law. So the weak become I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partaker thereof with you. Know ye not that which run in a race run all, but one receiveth a prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. Therefore, so run not. So uncertainly, so fight I, not as the one that beateth fair, but keep under my body and bring it unto subjection, lest that by all means, when I have preached others, I myself should be a castaway. To pretend moreover, brethren, I would not that he should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and the sea, and did all see the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank from the spiritual rock that followed them, and the rock was Christ. But with many of them God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted.